perfect. The inaugural season of Glasscar here on Marble Fubico rolls on as we make our second stop here at City Moonscape for our 5th race of the season. In our 3rd circuit. And hopefully another exciting race on tap. On the left side of your screen is the qualifying from earlier for this matchup. It'll have Dragon's Tail on the pole, Rockslide, Canarium, Angel, and Ivory the top 5. Hello again, friends. Keanu Bittersigi, glad to be here with you for the 5th race of this season in Glasscar 2020. We are back at the City Moonscape where we had a lot of issues with that plexiglass barrier earlier that has been adjusted a little bit here for this race. As you see the championship standings on the screen, Rattlesnake is the points leader, Nitro, Canarium, Angel, and Volcano the top 5. Dragon's Tail is last in the point standings, but first on the starting grid today. And hopefully a chance to turn the tides for Dragon's Tail starting from the pole. Our last pole sitter was Canarium, who overcame the challenges of being the pole sitter that we've seen early in the season and ultimately ended up winning the race at the City Moonscape here in what was our 4th race, a different configuration. It is a 13-lap race. Somewhere around 20 to 22 seconds will be the time per lap based on what we saw from qualifying. And here we go. Let's see if Dragon's Tail can keep the lead into the first turn. The answer is no. Once again, it is a problem out of the gate for the pole sitter. Lots of contact between the marbles coming through. Dragon's Tail is back in the lead now, followed closely by Ivory, Nitro, Canarium, Rockslide, and Rainforest. Those are the top 6. And it looks like they're all kind of separated there. Volcano, keep an eye on Volcano, nearly lapped on this course earlier in our previous race before actually leaving the race due to an incident that ended their day early. They've dropped back to 11th. It's Rattlesnake back in last right now, and the lead belongs to Dragon's Tail, and that's the fastest lap so far. Lap 2, 21.041 for Dragon's Tail, the current fastest lap. They're the leader over Nitro, Ivory, Rainforest, and Canarium, the top 5. And a pretty good-sized lead at the moment as Nitro trying to fend off Ivory. Now going to try to gain some momentum. And that lead is now another fastest lap. Dragon's Tail runs a 21.020, but here comes the rest of the field. And Dragon's Tail now having to hold off some competitors. Ivory and Rainforest are there. Volcano is yet again in last, as Rattlesnake has made a pass there. Angel and Penguin hanging out in the back as well. And it is a 3-way race right now before you get back to Canarium. Rainforest just made a pass for second, going to try to make a pass for the lead. Right now it's 0.2 of a second, or was moments ago, between Ivory and Dragon's Tail. Now a close match, maybe some contact there. And into the lead goes Rainforest, who just ran its fastest lap, a 28.72. to take the lead. We're almost halfway through this race already. Very quick pace. You can see some of the marbles able to use that exit ramp for their satisfaction and for success, but some have had a hard time with it. Rattlesnake having a hard time with everything. Rainforest just ran another fast lap, a 27.71. However, it is tight. It's a 4-way race, and the new leader is Rockslide, followed by Ivory, Dragon's Tail, and Rainforest drops back to 4th after entering that area with the lead. Rockslide trying to gain the advantage. Now here comes Ivory, going to make a pass for first. They are close, and now there's a few more marbles that are getting in there. Ivory takes the lead. Rainforest drops back into second. Rockslide now makes that pass back, and Ivory has a little bit of an advantage here. And there is an incident with Rockslide. Rockslide is off the course. We'll have to have a look at the replay and see exactly what happened, but Rockslide holding second place, I believe, at the time. Let's have a look and see exactly what did happen. As you can see, Rockslide is that first marble. Oh, contact! Oh my, that is a disaster. With some contact with, I believe that was Nitro. And Rockslide will not finish this race. It's a second straight race here at the City Moonscape in which at least one of the competitors will not finish. And it was Dragon's Tail who made that contact with Rockslide, and we're getting word that they are going to have an internal investigation on that, make sure there was no foul play there. Meanwhile, Dragon's Tail still competing for a win. Ivory is the leader. Pacifica has moved up to 3rd. Rainforest is in 4th. Canarium holding strong in 5th. As Dragon's Tail had some contact that may have led or may have just been incidental with Rockslide to end up out of the race. As Dragon's Tail coming up, and they are going to put a punishment on Dragon's Tail, a 5-second penalty, a huge penalty. And so Dragon's Tail competing for the lead, but not really having a chance. Rattlesnake is about to get lapped here, and that would be the first marble in the history of Glasscar to get lapped. Remember, Volcano was nearly lapped last time. There's only 2 laps left, so that may not end up happening. It's Ivory in the lead. Pacifica has just passed for 2nd. They're going to come up and over, and there is the lap, I believe. Yep, Ivory's going to make that pass. It is Pacifica in 2nd. Pacifica trying to get around Rattlesnake, who's now kind of serving as, for a moment there, a pick for Ivory. As we've gone into the final lap, Ivory with the lead over Pacifica. Rainforest 3rd. Dragon's Tail, remember, has a 5-second penalty, currently running in 4th. Here comes Pacifica trying to come through, making it close. Pacifica right up on the bumper of Ivory as they come around to the final couple turns. Can Pacifica make the move through the last turn across the line? It is Ivory with the win. And it's going to be a close finish. That was 12 thousandths of a second. It happened from a different angle. It was right on the bumper was Pacifica, who will take 2nd. Rainforest is 3rd. Dragon's Tail comes across the line 4th, but they are going to have a 5-second penalty added to them. Canarium, Nitro, Angel, Penguin, Black Shadow, Volcano, and then Rattlesnake. And then, of course, the DNF for Rockslide, who was having a very solid run. But unfortunately, some contact there causes some problems. Dragon's Tail will end up getting 7th place after the penalty is assessed. As you can see, Ivory, a big gainer for Pacifica, who picks up 8 positions. Once again, Volcano, despite gaining 2 spots, really struggles, finishing in 10th and dropping back to 8th in the standings. As you have a look now at the updated standings, it is now a tie between Nitro and Rattlesnake atop the boards. Canarium moves to 3rd. Ivory is 4th now, and 5th is Pacifica in the standings. As we have a look at our replay here and some of our highlights from this very fast-paced and wild race. And again, issues coming out of the gate there for the pole sitter, which has caused problems in the past, and it did here. You can see some marbles having success, others, like right there, you saw Volcano and Penguin have a hard time even getting to the exit ramp, which caused some real issues for them, and they ended up toward the back. Volcano, Rattlesnake, and Penguin consistently in the back of the pack for the majority of this race. You saw there was where Rockslide began to become a part of this competition. Dragon's Tail obviously didn't like it from what we're going to see momentarily. And here it is. So you can see there's Rockslide in the front, Dragon's Tail's in the back. They both come down perfectly fine. Contact there between the two sends Rockslide over. And that determination was that although it seemed like there was a lot of momentum being gained, the determination clearly was that that was a inappropriate action being made by the pole sitter, and so that ends up costing 5 seconds on the finishing time of Dragon's Tail. Obviously, that is going to be one that's going to be talked about. The decision was made, and it's unfortunate for Dragon's Tail. Obviously, even more unfortunate for Rockslide, unable to finish this race. As you see the last couple of turns, I'll tell you what, Pacifica made a run at it, but ultimately a good job of staying in the line of sight by Ivory, and they came across the line. Not enough for Pacifica to make a move and have a chance at the win. So they will take 2nd. They had the fastest lap, though. Lap number 13, it was the last lap, and it was the fastest lap of the race. It belonged to the runner-up Pacifica. Rainforest takes 3rd, but they all wish they were Ivory right now, as Ivory gets the win and has now moved into 5th place in the championship standings. A very interesting race here at the City Moonscape for our 5th race of the season. Another marble that isn't able to finish that due to maybe contact with the course, but maybe slightly made definitely more significant by the fact that there was contact with another competitor there. We saw our first marble get lapped, and that, by the way, is the points leader, Rattlesnake, who ends up... We are now into our 6th race of the first ever Glass Cars season, and the championship contenders starting to make themselves known as you have a look at the Moonscape circuit. We're back on an oval here for the 6th race of the season, and I say hello again, friends. Keanu Biderzuki, glad to be here with you. As you see the top left of your screen, the qualifying results from our qualifying session here for today's race. Nitro gets the pole, Rainforest, Ivory, Penguin, and Rattlesnake the top 5, as we are now into our 6th race of the season, and some of our marbles that are really competing for this championship, making themselves known, as well as the marbles towards the bottom of the standings that have really fallen off the pace here. It's over 20 points from first to last. As you have a look at the championship standings on your screen now, Rattlesnake and Nitro come in tied at 164 points, 3 points back to Canarium, who won from the pole last week. Ivory is in 4th, and Pacifica 5th. Rainforest just 1 more point behind at 158 points, so just 6 points behind the points leaders. As you have a look at our crew chiefs all on the sidelines, all wearing their face masks here, covering and helping to protect each other to allow us to have this Glass Car season here in 2020. They're the team trailers that have been set up here at the Moonscape circuit for a while here. It is a 44-lap race. Nitro is going to take us to the green, and we are underway. Into turns 1 and 2 they will go, and immediately Nitro loses the lead. That is Penguin. As you see, the top left of your screen shows the standings. Penguin in the lead, Canarium, Nitro, Rainforest, and Ivory as we're 1 lap through. Like we said, 44 laps in this race. It's going to be a quick one. As you can see that ramp, which will cause, almost looks like one of those jumping water fountains that you see. As you'll see that continue to happen on the backside of your screen. But right now, it's Penguin in the lead by almost a full second over Nitro. Canarium, Rainforest, Volcano moving up to 5th. Pacifica ran the slowest lap, for what it's worth, in qualifying, currently running in last. Volcano's dropped all the way back to 9th now. Penguin still in the lead, followed by Nitro. Canarium, Rainforest, Dragon's Tail, then Rainforest. That was the fastest lap so far, belongs to the leader, Penguin. And you can see Penguin really not being challenged early on. Pacific is still running in last. Canarium holding off Nitro for the moment. That lead is now over a second. There are the leaders coming through. 4 back across the start-finish line in case you lost them there for a second. Lots of marbles going all different places. Love that view along the front straightaway there. You can see some of the marbles making moves. Penguin's still the leader. Dragon's Tail has started to move up now into 3rd place. Nitro still running in 4th. There they are, and now Dragon's Tail makes the pass for 2nd. It's a 1.3 second lead for Penguin over Dragon's Tail in 2nd. Canarium has dropped to 3rd. Nitro's in 4th. Volcano back up to 5th. And now Dragon's Tail is going to make a pass on Penguin for the lead. How about that? They get a lot closer now, going up the ramp and through now turns 3 and 4, and it is a race again. Penguin and Dragon's Tail. Canarium has now made that pass, and they're getting really tight. Look at all these marbles coming across the ramp at the same time. And everybody's in it again, all the way back to, it seems, Pacifica's the last one there. The last 2 marbles, Rattlesnake and Imdle, are kind of far behind. Lead back up to a half a second now between Penguin and now 2nd place Canarium. Dragon's Tail, Rainforest, Volcano, the top 5. They continue to run very close. And it's really close there between 3rd and 4th. Black Shadow now up to 3rd, best running spot of the day. Pacifica has dropped back to 12th now. Everybody a little bit closer here. So we are 20 laps in now to a 44-lap race. But again, these laps go so quickly. We ran fastest lap of the race, a 6.7 second lap. Penguin still the leader, has led the majority of this race. Did not win the pole, though. That was Nitro, who's now running in 11th. Really fallen back. Nitro going to move up to 9th, passing Ivory and Imdle. It's still Pacifica in last, and it's still Penguin in the lead. Rainforest now runs in 2nd. Black Shadows drop back to 3rd. Rattlesnake and Canarium are 4th and 5th. 0.2 of a second is the lead. Maybe a move there for Dragon's Tail, being pushed by Canarium through 3 and 4. It is still Penguin in the lead. Dragon's Tail 2nd. Black Shadow going to try to make a move for 2nd place. They're going to go tight across the start-finish line. Still Dragon's Tail in the lead. Dragon's Tail going to make a move now, try to get the pass on Penguin. Not going to happen there. And that lead will now become a little larger as Penguin got a run after some contact, I think. Looked like they may have made a little bit of contact there. It's been a pretty clean race here, and it's been a pretty dominant race, frankly, for Penguin. Still in the lead over Black Shadow, Dragon's Tail, Rainforest, and Canarium. Imdle, who had been running in last for a lot of the races, moved up to 7th now. And Pacifica continues to run towards the back of the pack. The lead is 0.3 of a second. It is close for 2nd and 3rd, maybe some more contact. Black Shadow's in 2nd. Coming around, turn 4, back across the start-finish again. And it is Black Shadow. Now Rainforest takes over 3rd. 4th and 5th, Dragon's Tail, Volcano are all in it. Top 5 are in this one. But right now, Penguin's starting to lengthen that lead out once again. It's a pretty big lead, actually, right now. And now it's starting to be shortened once again. Imdle all the way up to 4th. What a run after starting way in the back, but the lead is 1.6 seconds. Penguin looked like it was a little slow there, bouncing off the walls this way and that, but the lead still belongs to that marble. Penguin in a pretty significant power position right now. Black Shadow and Rainforest battling for 2nd. We're running out of laps. We're on lap 38 now. We're about to be on 38 as they'll come through turns 3 and 4 and send us to lap 38. Not many left in this 44-lap race, and it is Penguin by a pretty wide margin over Black Shadow and Rainforest. Rainforest trying to make a pass for 2nd and maybe give something to Penguin at the end of this race. But we enter lap 40 now, and the lead still at points is a whole entire straightaway. 0.7 of a second for Penguin over Black Shadow. Dragon's Tail's made the move back to 3rd. Rainforest 4th. Ivory has moved into 4th now, passing Rainforest. The top 5 again kind of separated from before you get to Canarium in 6th. Then Imdle, Volcano, Rattlesnake, Rockslide, Pacifica, and Nitro. Only 2 laps to go. Penguin trying to take that final spot there. We go. It is the final lap of this race. Penguin in a pretty big lead, and it's going to be a dominant win for Penguin. Dragon's Tail in 2nd. There's the win. Penguin gets it. Dragon's Tail in 2nd. Black Shadow, Canarium, Ivory, Imdle, Rainforest, Rattlesnake, Volcano, Pacifica, Nitro, the pole sitter, finishes 11th, and Rockslide, 7 seconds back, will finish in 12th. What a race and a dominant win for Penguin. Holy cow, that was a great effort. And you can see Penguin now gains 3 positions overall from where they started the race. Dragon's Tail in 2nd, Black Shadow 3rd, Canarium 4th, Ivory 5th. Biggest gainer was Canarium. Picks up 5 spots, obviously -10. Biggest loser ends up being Nitro. And it is Canarium that now moves into the lead for the championship by 1 point over Rattlesnake. 1 more point back to Ivory, then Nitro and Rainforest, the top 5, as we have a look at the replay here. And this one had a lot going on from the very beginning, and Penguin led it from the first corner. As you see there through turns 1 and 2. Great job of just cutting off the pole sitter there, Nitro. And Nitro ended up in 3rd. And it was Penguin from the start. And you can see some of the very impressive looks going up that ramp and then making contact again with the course. A lot of, you can see some contact there between, look like Pacifica and Canarium. It was a very well-run race and a perfectly executed run by Penguin, who starts out this race in 4th. Ends up in the lead by the end of the first corner, and really never looked back. It was a rare occurrence where Penguin wasn't leading. Here was one of them, where Penguin had to retake the lead on lap 14 over Dragon's Tail, who was there. You had Rainforest was in the mix for a while, but nobody could really get back to Penguin. It was a pretty dominant win, and just a showing of, I don't know if it's knowing the course better or having just a better luck, or honestly, just look like better prepared for the day from Penguin. A lot of passing, but most of it happened back in the pack. You saw Pacifica hung out in the back for the most part. Nitro went back and forth, ends up finishing in 11th. Ivory was in the middle of the pack for the majority of the time. Angel was at the bottom and then moved all the way up for a moment up to, I believe it was 4th, was the highest running position there. A lot of back and forth, but not a lot of lead changes. As Penguin leads it just about as close to start to finish as you can get from the first corner on, with very slight changes, including running the fastest lap. That was lap 42, was the fastest lap, a 6:7:02. Third place is Black Shadow on the podium. Runner-up is Dragon's Tail, came in as the last place runner in the standings, so a big gain there for Dragon's Tail. But of course, they're all aspiring to be Penguin after today's race here at the Moonscape Circuit on the second oval course we have run for Glasscar. A very different oval course, but it still results in a lot of passing. However, this time, instead of a close finish from the leaders, it was close finishes later in the pack because Penguin was the marble to beat from the get-go, and it just did not happen. An easy win by over a second, 1.7 seconds back to first, and then from there, it was 0.8 of a second back to third place, Black Shadow. So a very dominant